In 2009, the Iowa Supreme Court decided that same-sex marriage was legal in Iowa. Specifically, the 7-0 vote said that Iowa's constitution doesn't allow laws prohibiting gay marriage.
Iowa Supreme Court ruled in a 7-0 decision that Iowa's law was unconstitutional. So, gay marriage is legal in Iowa, and it's going to stay that way.
Now, the Supreme Court has to make the same decision. The Supreme Court of the United States has to decide whether or not two laws, California's Proposition 8 and the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, are legal. What are those laws?
Wait, it's the law against now is against.
DOMA is Defense of Marriage, which says that federally marriage is defined as between a man and a woman, and Proposition 8 was what California passed after same-sex marriage was legalized, and then they passed Proposition 8 and said that same-sex marriage wasn't legal anymore.
Okay.
Iowa is one of the 9 states that allows same-sex marriage. These states are Connecticut, Maine, Maryland, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, Vermont, Washington, and Iowa. However, a few more states don't allow marriage equality.
I believe that we should have marriage equality. In this day and age, it actually seems ludicrous that you can have a loving couple that will want to raise children, adopt children, and they cannot get the same health care benefits. They can't make the same end-of-life decisions. So I support the court ruling that occurred in 2009.
It's hard to say what the Supreme Court will do. They could hold the laws as legal. They could throw it back to the states. Or they could follow Iowa's example. Iowa's lawmakers think that's a good idea.
I'm hopeful the Supreme Court will continue to move forward on equal rights for everybody. You know, every morning we go out there on the floor of the Senate and do the Pledge of Allegiance. One nation under God with liberty and justice for all.
And so I think the Supreme Court should take those cases, overturn them, and allow people of whether they're opposite-sex couples or same-sex couples to have the same benefits as couples currently that are opposite-sex couples.
But what do Iowans think of this decision?
I think that everyone should be able to get married to whoever they want to get married to.
I am strongly for the legalization of gay marriage and equal rights all around.
I do think they should make the same decision because we're all people.
Basically, it's unconstitutional. You're treating part of the population differently than everybody else, and everyone deserves the same rights, and love is love, so why should we qualify their love differently than a heterosexual couple's love?
They're both young, so what about someone from an older generation?
I believe that the individual should have the right to decide live the way that they want to live. That the state should come and tell them that they can or can't. That it should be their choice to do the way they wish.
There are still many people who are against marriage equality. For some, it's about religion, some think it's for the child's benefit, and some think homosexual marriage is a threat to heterosexual marriage.
Has gay marriage in Iowa threatened your marriage?
Not in any way. Not in any way.
I am not. Some of my very best friends are gay, and I am okay with that.
When people say that, I just think it's so ridiculous. But no, I am not threatened at all by gay couples.
Whether or not your issue with marriage equality is for religious or moral reasons, there's no argument that public opinion is changing. Popular votes in Maine, Maryland, and Washington prove that. Moreover, banning gay marriage is unconstitutional. Just look at the 1st, 10th, and 14th Amendments.
Kids aren't walking around the hallway, plagued by pain in their heart. A world so hateful, some would rather die than be who they are. And a certificate on paper isn't gonna solve it all, but it's a damn good place to start. No law is gonna change us, we have to change us. Whatever God you believe in, we come from the same one. Strip away the fear, underneath it's all the same love. About time that we raised up.